Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Linda Davis and Ruth Kennedy from Equimor Sanctuary Horse Rescue. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Our pleasure. So, Linda, let me start with you. You're a founder of this organization. For anyone who's watching at home, what is Equimor?
Well, Equimor is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1991, and we rescue horses and basically take in horses who have no alternatives for their care, that have suffered neglect and abuse. We do have other retired horses and horses that have come to us for other reasons as well, but our major focus is on horses who have no alternatives.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did you come to found this organization? I assume you're a lover of horses.
Right. Well, I started a business in 1975, and it was called Eden Farm. Mm-hmm. And in all the years that I was in business, the issue of unwanted horses was always present. People who would have horses and be riding them like kids that grow up and go off to college, and then that horse would have to find a new home, and then pretty soon it would have to find another home. And sometimes they just fall through the cracks, and they end up being left in fields starving to death or whatever. And so I ended up taking in lots of different horses along the way just because there was no place else for them to go. Sure. Because at one point they become unserviceable. You know, they become lame or older and need to be retired. So in doing that for all of those years, I had in mind that maybe starting a nonprofit could help in taking care of some of them.
Yeah, and so Ruth, how do we figure out when is an animal abused? When it comes to a horse, how do you know if I'm driving along and I see a horse in a field? How do I know if that animal is in need?
Well, I think the most typical sign is they look really skinny. You know, you can see that on almost any road that you drive around here. You can see horses that are clearly, you know, need to gain weight. You might see a horse in a field that's limping. You might see a horse that's alone. You might see horses that are never out, that are confined in small spaces. It's actually pretty easy to see, to note it when you see it.
Yeah. And what do you recommend people do if they see something?
Call the sheriff. In Jackson County, you call the sheriff's department and report it. You get as much information as you can, and you try and do it quickly. Time really matters. We had a horse recently that it took a month for her to get to us, and she died. I think it might have made a difference had that process gone a little bit faster. So yeah, the main thing is to don't just keep driving. Stop and look, take notes, call the sheriff's department.
And one person can make a difference.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. We're going to be here with Linda Davis and Ruth Kennedy from Equimor Sanctuary Horse Rescue. Linda, let me ask you, you guys recently celebrated a grand opening. Tell us about that.
Yes, we did. Even though Equimor has been around since 1991, on May 1st of this year, it now owns the facility that the horses have been housed on for all those years.
Wow, very nice.
So we had a grand opening to celebrate that.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so Ruth, how do you guys support this organization? Because as I heard you talk about, there's a lot of need out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, and we kind of think about it in two ways. The first is just sort of the monthly bills are a lot for taking care of horses. They're expensive to care for. And that is all in donations. You know, people on the website sending a check in here or there, buy a bale. You know, the main thing for us on the monthly bills is recurring monthly donations that we can count on. So, you know, that's a big challenge for us. And the second part of it really is in paying for our facility. So we were fortunate enough to be able to buy the facility so that the horses can be there forever. Yeah. And we had a benefactor basically that arranged a very favorable loan for us that has milestones that are designed not so much for anyone to make money off the loan, but to give us the chance for success.
Sure.
So we're also looking obviously for help. We need support in meeting those financial milestones to pay for the loan that we use to buy the facility.
Yeah, okay. And if anybody wants to help and they can't donate, perhaps, can they volunteer? Do you guys take in volunteers, Linda?
We do take in volunteers, and on our website on the donate page, there are instructions as to the steps to go through to become a volunteer at Equimor.
Very nice. Yeah, and it's equimor.org, correct?
Equimor.org.
Very nice. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.